Preseason work is all done. You go into your first game against Northwestern, and it is a shootout, which was a tough loss. I think shootout is putting it lightly. I think you guys had about 600 yards of total offense. Ryan, you threw for 482 yards, and you put up 41 points. Ryan, did you expect the offense to be that high-powered coming into the season?
Well, actually no, because we literally put that offense in the day after we came home from Fort Drum. So it's like 2 days before game week, and Coach Hackett pulls me, sits me down next to him on the bus and goes, "Hey, we're just going to do this from now on." And, we pretty much trash canned everything that we did in camp all year long, and we were like, all right, let's roll with it. So we put it in, and, me and him were like, we weren't going to say this out loud, but, we were always like, man, we sure hope this works. and we went out, we made some big plays. We wore I don't think Northwestern was ready for it. We did a good job wearing them down, and, there was definitely some mental mistakes that came from not practicing it as much. But, as weeks went on, we got better and better, and I think the reason why we exploded that first game is they didn't really expect that.
Mm-hmm. On the defensive end, you guys have to practice against the offensive team. Did you know that they had that in them, that they could light up a team like that?
Man, honestly, with our offense, you never know what they're going to come out with. Because we can practice, and they'll probably run zone read against us during camp, and then come out the next day and run a full 21, like I formation, like power run down here. Like, you never know. Then you're out there and we watch them against scout team, and they have all these fancy trick plays. It's like, yo, where did that come from? So, like, you really never know with the offense. And that's what I love about them. Because if we can't figure it out, of course the other teams can.
And just like their swag, man. This year I feel like the offense was like more confident in every position. Like Ryan talking trash to me, I'm like, damn, it's getting real. So it's just, I know that it's gonna be good this year because they're just a swag. It's a new team.
Yeah, a whole different team. Yeah, like he said, Ryan didn't talk that much last year. You really expected this year during camp. We trying to get after each other. We're like, yeah, I'm gonna get you, Ryan. Yeah, in your dreams, you wish. Oh, you only touched me once. Oh, stuff like that. So it was fun. So going into the season, it was real confident going in there. It was a tough loss, but I mean, your first game is never as crispy as you want it.
Now, Alec, that was the only game you missed. Mm-hmm. How was that, being a wide receiver, having to sit on the sideline and watch your team throw it all over?
It was exciting to see, being being in the offense. I wish I was part of it. It kind of sucked. I was really pushing myself so hard to get to the game because it was my senior year. I didn't want to miss, the home opener. But, I felt like it worked out in the end. But, just seeing, like, all my receivers do that, without me and, when they would come off the field, I would always be there for them, tell them what I saw, talk to them, and, just seeing how explosive this offense was and being like Ryan said, we put it in about a couple weeks before and just, you could see that first game, how much we could do as the season went on. And, I feel like that's what we did and answered a lot of questions.
Now, you got to come back the next week. You didn't get to come back until the Pittsburgh game after you guys got off to a 1-3 start. What was that like for you, having to sit on the sideline and watch?
It's probably one of the most frustrating things I've ever had to go through in my life. Because we were 1-3, so I was kind of every game, even on the away games, I would be like in their fans' faces, and I would like kind of be talking to some of their fans and letting them know that we were going to beat them. So I guess it came back to bite me in the butt a couple of those games, but. It just hurt seeing them being out there and not being able to be out there playing with them, just battling every play. But, we did very good. We did a lot of good things. I knew we would be able to build on it. And when I came back, my whole thing was just trying not to mess it up. We had a good thing going. Our offense was playing great. I just wanted to make sure I didn't screw anything up. So hopefully I didn't screw it up too bad.
One thing I am curious about, the USC game, defensively, they have a lot of weapons. Marquise Lee, Robert Woods, and Barkley. What was that like, playing those guys?
It was exciting, man. It's USC. It's a big-time game on national TV, and we came out there to play. That's the time when you try to showcase your talent against one of the best teams in the country. So it was fun.
For me, it was like going out on Turkey Day or Thanksgiving or something, just playing with a whole bunch of friends because everybody, pretty much half of the team I knew and kind of grew up with, and we kind of grew up with each other. So it was going out there having fun. I got to trash talk and hit some of those guys without really getting in trouble, so it was cool.
Yeah, it was kind of like a homecoming for me, like going back, although New York City's not that far from the stadium, it was pretty fun. Family was out there, everybody was out there, and then just at the time that was number 2 in the nation, and playing against them, it was like, there was no better feeling than that, knowing that you're at that level and at that stage, being able to play with the best in the country.
So for that Pittsburgh game, Syracuse hadn't beat Pittsburgh since 2004, so no one on the team had ever beat Pittsburgh before. And you guys come out and get a 14-13. Yeah.
Only one guy on the team. He's been here forever. Mackie McPherson. He the one told me, he's like, yo, we haven't beat that team since 2004. I'm like, what? How do you know that? But I forgot.
He was born in the carrier. 50-yard line. That's funny. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. So, yeah, what does that mean to finally beat a team? I mean, were you hungry for that win, especially against a team like that? Or is it just like any other game?
I mean, I don't think going in, no, everybody knew that was we didn't win since 2004. I think it was just going out there determined to get a win, know that we was 1-3, and at the point we needed to win and we needed to turn things around, and then that's what we was going out there to do. And then I think that's throughout the whole team, that was the driving determination, and I think that's what we got done.
And from a defensive standpoint, it was about being physical because they were known to be physical. I mean, come here my first year, sitting on the sideline red shirt, I remember seeing the offensive lineman getting a 3-point stance. It was like, wow. And then last year we played and they were still physical. So this year was like one of those things like, especially for guys like Marco and now me, being the second year on the defense, it was like, enough is enough. We got to get out of here with a win against these guys. So the defense came to play real physical. So that was one of the things that out tough.
I remember after the game, Ryan and I were joking around talking about, yep, we could cross Pitt off our bucket list.
Because going into the season, none of us had beaten, as playing, we hadn't beaten Pitt, UConn, and Louisville. So those are the 3 teams.
And
Teams you haven't beaten. And like later down the road, if you see one of those guys, like, look, you never beat me ever. Like, we could never have that. So we had beaten all the teams in the Big East except those 3. So we definitely had a little extra motivation for those games, definitely.
Yeah.
Now, that Pittsburgh was your first game back, right?
Yeah, first game back Friday night under the lights. It was fun.
Yeah.
I had to get 2 IVs in my arm because I was so pumped up. I couldn't keep it under wraps. So it definitely it was a crazy night for me.
How was that for you, Ryan, having your left tackle back?
Oh, it's great. I mean, me and Pugh, we've been together for a couple of years, or 3 years in a row now. So, even though Sean Hickey was doing a great job filling in for him, knowing he's back there, only makes my jitters even more calm. So, but yeah, it was great having him back and having our anchor back.
So you guys get that win, and then next week after a loss to Rutgers, you're halfway through the season and you're 2-4.